Here's a guy who's not worried at all about the coaching carousel because he is in a great spot and has got a great baseball team that is hosting a super regional this weekend. Farm Bureau phone line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team at Mississippi Farm Bureau. Chris Lemonis joins us right now. He is the head coach at Mississippi State. First of all, congratulations on last weekend. You guys won it in 3 games, although it took an extra day because of the weather. How much fun was that last weekend, Coach?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's you hate the weather issue because Saturday was such an electric crowd there at Dudy Noble, and you're hoping for it again on Sunday night, and gets rain and pushed back. And I give our fans a lot of credit. I thought our park would be a little bit empty on Monday morning at 11 a.m., but we still had a great crowd. So it was a fun weekend. Kids played great, and nice to have postseason baseball back in Starkville.
What stands out for you when you think back to the 3 games over the weekend? Like, is there a lasting memory or a moment from the 3 games that really stands out to you that you're like, yeah, that's going to stick with me?
Yeah, one of the big ones for me was the play of Cameron James, who ended up winning MVP. And, these kids, they look like they're sophomores, but the COVID year threw a lot on us. We have a lot of young kids still in our program, and Cam's been really good for us most of the year, and then he's had some tough days, and to see him play the way he did on the biggest stage, it's just, as a coach, you're really proud of these kids because it's fun playing here, but it's never easy. You're playing in front of big crowds and lots of expectations, and just to watch Cam work through the year and do the things that he did and to shine on the biggest stage was a lot of fun for me to watch.
I don't know what the best way at this point to describe Landon Sims is because he's been so good all season long, and it feels like every single time you've asked him to go out and get it done for you, he's gotten it done and gotten it done in a big way. And that was the case again on Monday to shut the thing down and advance to a super regional.
It's kind of a tricky game when you have the cards to play the next game, but me and Fox talked there after the 6th, and Campbell's a good offense. I think they're a top 10 offense in the country. And Fox looked at me and I said, "Let's push the chips in. Just let's go and let's roll with Landon." And he did exactly what we thought he would do. And he made the 9th inning a little touchy, but he's done that all year long. Like you said, he's such a competitor and so comfortable out on the mound with pressure. That's the guy that you want out there when the game's on the line.
Coach, you tweaked the rotation a little bit and let Bednar go in Game 1 last weekend. Now you've got a Saturday, Sunday, Monday regional. Is the plan to keep Bednar at the front of the rotation, or will McLeod slide back there, or have you made that decision?
We haven't made that decision yet, but obviously both are pitching against the same team now, so it'll probably be a little bit more for who's rested. So we'll probably keep in the same order, but we haven't totally made that decision. So I thought Will was really good, and I thought he was the right matchup for that Sanford right-handed lineup, and I thought Christian really settled in his game and pitched well. So at least they've both been out there in that environment now in the postseason. I feel a lot better. But once again, two kids who've been here for a couple of years, but they hadn't been around the postseason. So it was fun for them to get out there and get their feet wet too.
And both of those guys threw, if not season highs, maybe career highs in pitches. When we look back throughout the season and the way you manage the pitching staff, it feels like, was this always the plan? Look, we're not going to extend anybody in March and April. We're going to be ready and have guys rested and ready to go in June.
Yeah, that's a lot of the plan. I mean, it's to keep these guys. I felt like my first year here, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the SEC rule, and just day after day, and I saw it. Ethan Small, the best competitor you could have. Man, that guy, I mean, it was a grind. And by the time we got to the end of the year, he was tired. And so, that's a little bit of the plan. But also we had the resources with the extra pitchers this year because of COVID, and the ability to keep pitchers happy and keep pitchers rested, I think, was a big piece. It's not always going to be like that, but this year the strength of our team is with our depth on the pitching staff. So we were able to take advantage of that a little bit.
You say the SEC is a grind, it's grueling. I guess It didn't get any easier today with the announcement that Jim Schlossnagel's coming into the league.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's coming into the league and coming into the division. Like the West isn't hard enough right now. So it is. It's the best of the best, and everybody wants to be in this conference. And we're very proud of who we are and what we do, and everybody wants to be a part. And so yeah, it's going to make baseball even better in our league.
I'm curious now that it's a few years in the rearview mirror and you've gone through the process a few times. When job season, coaching carousel stuff is going on, for a guy like you that is a head coach and you were kind of on the ascendant part of your career, how nerve-wracking is that?
It's uncomfortable in some ways because it's, you want to be loyal to the place that you're at. And, my first year at Indiana, we had a great year, and I really enjoyed. I could have been in Indiana forever, and I had an opportunity to, the school came calling, a really good school, and eventually I just backed out. I said, I'm not. I just got here. My family just moved here, and it's a lot more than just having a better job. It's what's best for your family and everything else, and who you work for, and there's great things at every school, and there's also negative things, probably things that and so you're trying to figure out what's best for you and what's best for your family. So it's not an easy process. My last couple of years in Indiana, I'd pretty much shut mine down. I just didn't want to deal with it until John called. Obviously, this is one that you don't shut down. So, but it's a lot of things in between, a lot of good programs. I was happy where I was and felt like we could win a bunch. So, it's not easy. Some coaches love it. They like that attention, and some, it's hard right now, especially you see some coaches going through it and they're still playing, so that makes it tougher also.
Yeah, no question. Chris, only a couple of minutes left. You're facing a team this weekend, hosting a team this weekend that scored 50 runs in 3 games, and they only gave up 5 runs in 3 games. How big a challenge is this Notre Dame team this weekend?
Man, they're a good team. They're a well-coached team, and they're hot. So we're going to have to play good baseball. We're fired up that it's here in Starkville. We feel like our atmosphere, our park makes it a little bit different. Their park plays a little bit different, so we feel like the matchup for us is being here in our ballpark. We're excited about that, and we got to play good. I mean, there's a very few bad teams in super regionals, so you're always going to play somebody good. You're always going to play somebody who's hot, and we just got to take care of it. We're going to face 3 left-handed pitchers, I think, this weekend, so that'll be a little bit of a challenge for us and preparing our guys this week. I told our guys today in practice, we played really well last weekend, very clean last weekend, but we had a great week of practice. So what we control the next 3 days is just what we do and how we take care of ourselves and, how we sharpen our tools to get ready for them. But they're going to be a really good team, and they're a major, conference school. They're going to come in here and not be intimidated by our stadium or fan base or things like that.
Less than a minute left. Give us one specific matchup to watch, kind of as you're breaking them down and thinking about your guys, something that you say, okay, this could be the difference this weekend.
Well, they have a guy, Nico Cavadas, who I recruited when I was at Indiana, and I think he was the National Player of the Week this past week. He had 5 home runs. So the matchup is between him and Scott Foxhall, and Scott Foxhall is not allowed to throw a ball in between the batter's boxes. So we're going to keep the ball away from him and not let them hit this weekend. So it'll be us managing their lineup right there. It'll be a big piece with him because he has been really hot, and when he's hot, I think in the ACC tournament he was 0 for 8 with 8 strikeouts. And then last week he was the National Player of the Week, had 5 home runs and 13 RBIs in the regional. So a lot of hit and miss in there, but he is a really good player. And I've known him probably for 6 or 7 years because he's an Indiana kid, but he's a really good player, and he made a difference in that regional. And our goal is not for him to make a difference in the super regional.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck this weekend. We'll all be watching.
Thanks, guys.